If you happen to be a gearhead, one of your bucket list destinations has got to be the Richard Petty Garage in Randleman, North Carolina. Now, for those of you who've been living under a rock for the last 40 years, let me give you just 30 seconds of Petty awesome. Statistically, the most accomplished driver in the sport of auto racing. Just ponder that. The King is a family man and a second-generation driver, one that's traveled his entire life and yet somehow maintained a strong family.
Did you seriously drive your cars to the races?
When it first started, yes. We'd drive the race car to the racetrack, get out of it, run the race, get back in it, and go home. Then, along in the middle 70s, we would fix the car up, drive it to California, and we'd drive the car out there, run the race, put headlights in it and the muffler on it, and drive it back home.
The title of King is an earned one.
Richard Petty rose into the winner's circle as his father did 5 years ago.
He started winning races in 1964 and continued winning races and championships until he retired in 1992. He even did several movies, and as you remember, he was the voice of Strip Weathers in Cars. You know, that sweet baby blues Superbird.
Is it true that the Superbird was banned from Daytona because you were so stinking fast in that car that no one could keep up with it, and they just said, you know what, we're going to take this car out?
No, not really. Okay, the deal was that in 69 and 70, Ford and Chrysler was having a big battle, who could win races, and they come with a special car, Dodge and Plymouth come with a special car, and then all of a sudden NASCAR said, these are not stock cars. They don't even look like stock cars. Got wings, big noses, and they said, the best thing for us to do is eliminate it because they're going to have ungodly looking cars if they just turn the factory's use and said, use nothing but aerodynamics. Somewhere in the middle of 70, they said, okay, no more of this. We're going back to 71. We're going back to regular looking cars.
Collecting is another one of his passions. He has one of the coolest knife and belt collections I've ever seen. But his gun collection is staggering. He always bought number 43 of each gun production run. And if that wasn't an option, he'd just buy all of the guns in the first run, including number 43, then gift out the first 42 in the series. With 1,184 races over 35 years and 200 wins, backed up by another 712 top 10 finishes, it'd take a week to review all of Mr. Petty's winnings. But I have to wonder, with that many wins, was there one that really stood out? Is there one that he really wanted?
The last race I won naturally had to be the highlight of my career. Been running for, 30 years or 25 years or something, and we finally won the 200th race, and that was at Daytona Beach, July the 4th, in front of the President of the United States. So couldn't have been a better ending from that standpoint.
The Petty Complex has been an add-on-as-you-grow proposition. The original family home still stands on the property, as well as the original shop.
I was born here, I worked on the race cars here, so I've been all over the world, but I always come back home. It's just a homing place for us.
Richard and his dad would literally walk out the back door and go to work on the latest project. This is the winningest complex in the history of NASCAR. That's not something that's easily achieved, especially when you consider the competition and the industry changes that have happened over the years. When the Petty Garage takes on a new platform and adds its experience and design expertise, the results are always amazing.
We've got super good crew. I mean, they do super work. We do something new than the designs and stuff. I'll put my 2 cents worth in. Sometimes they don't listen and they come out better, but yeah, I'm pretty much hands-on, not doing the work, but as far as what really goes on in the shop. If it's got Richard Petty's name on it, he wants it to be as good as he can get it done.
The Mustang, Fusion, F-150, and Dodge Challenger are just a few examples of the unmistakable Petty performance touch. Imagine what they could do with a Jeep JK Wrangler, one of the most modified vehicles on the planet.
We kind of give you a menu, okay, and there's so many different things that you can do to your Jeep, whether it's, bigger tires, bigger wheels, brakes, motor, paint jobs, you know, raising the thing, lowering it, whatever you want. You know, a lot of guys want to drive them on the road and still be able to go out through the woods. A lot of them just want to go out through the woods with them, and then others just want to drive them on the road. So whatever the customer wants, we can deliver.
A Petty Jeep will always have a full factory warranty, and of course there will be a supercharger option, as well as a lift and full accessory package using only the highest quality parts on the planet.
We try to be number one in what we do, and TeraFlex is definitely number one in their category. So you put two number ones together, we ought to have a pretty good product at the end of the road.
At TeraFlex, we're very proud to be the suspension company chosen to support the new Petty Garage off-road division.